We are live. Today is Thursday, May 3rd. This is episode 17.
17.
Do you believe this? Episode 17 of Talk Story.
If we were to go and equate that into months.
That would be 4 months and 1 week that we've been doing this, which is a lot longer than we ever planned to or thought we would actually do.
I really thought like for week 1, we're like, cool, that was fun.
Okay, that was good.
Cool.
Oh, that was actually really fun. Let's do another week. And then another one, and another one.
A couple people were like, that looks cool. I'd like to jump on.
Yeah, and then they came, and then more people, and now here we are.
And now we have a studio audience.
Awesome. Yeah, good times, good times. For sure.
That's awesome.
Definitely
So here
got
we
my
are.
attention, that's for sure.
Episode 17.
17.
Good job, Bradley.
It's like
Cheers
Return
to
of the
you.
Jedi.
Thank you. So I'm Brad Wells from ThankYouSurfing.
Christian de la Iglesia from First
Joey
Surf Shop
South
Division.
Beach.
And we got Joey South Beach right
South
here.
Beach over here.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
My boys, awesome. Let's talk about it.
Let's get right into the weekly haps. Tomorrow, May 4th, Surfrider Foundation Miami is putting on a show with Laird Hamilton and Gabby Reese. I think they're doing a film screening. So it's some of surfing's royalty, some of the celebrities from the surf world coming right here to Little Miami Beach.
Where they at?
I don't even know. I know it's sold out.
They are at the Palms Hotel on 30th and Collins.
The Palms. Palms is actually a really cool hotel because they have been very eco-friendly, sustainable hotel from day one before anybody was really talking about it.
Right.
Shout out to Tanya, who's their brand director over there.
Dope.
Tanya's
job.
been, really instrumental in kind of like changing the conversation as it goes to hospitality in Miami Beach. They've got a really good hotel working on foundations of sustainability. Their restaurant is awesome. And they actually have like a garden in the back where they show you where like they grow some of the stuff. So a pretty cool place to go check out, and they're having it there tomorrow. So
Tomorrow. And it's like an old school Art Deco building. It's been around forever. So
Yeah.
it's not like one of the newer hotels that are
No,
around.
Nice,
no.
nice.
It's older, they renovated it, they kind of kept a lot of the charm,
yeah, it's like
Which is very important. Very important.
Right?
especially down here.
it's
I
a
mean,
old school Florida hotel. When you
Yeah.
walk in there, it's like slow moving fans, wicker furniture. It's like
Yeah,
people
the
are
wicker-
rocking
yeah,
in rocking
beautiful.
chairs, but they're drinking like really awesome mojitos now,
Right.
and
Which
like
we always love.
But it's a cool hotel. And,
Laird, Hamilton,
thanks
and
for them
Gatorades.
to hosting. I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Kind of fun.
Dope.
What else do we have in weekly haps?
The weekly haps. I don't think I got much going on. We're coming into that summer doldrum. We're working on the first surf shop side of things. I'm making a couple like movie nights happen on Friday nights. So we're kind of just gathering ideas of which movies and kind of figuring out programming right now.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
I mean, but like the summer is kind of that time to kind of keep it local and just kind of do things that we're
April
just kind of.
showers. I always say April showers, which is, well today is May, 2nd?
So April showers bring May flowers.
And so we're looking for those
Ooh,
flowers.
yeah, spring. Spring has sprung.
Spring
has.
is sprung. So
Which-
does that mean it's good for movie nights?
It's gonna
Well, just
change.
in general, it's just
right?
spring.
Right.
Spring has
Kind of
sprung.
like- yeah, there's a little bit of a change happening.
It rains.
Brings us right into the
desert.
forecast and the report, which has been wind swell, which is like a very springtime kind of
Yep.
thing to happen here.
It was kind of fun earlier today,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Yeah.
You take what you can get, and like this is a transition season.
Northeast wind swell during springtime, typical.
Yeah, well, ish.
East, it was in the east or in the east.
Yeah,
Right.
not too much north in it.
Right.
Like we'd want really,
Was it?
but
Right.
Yeah, it had little.
but a little
east
bit.
northeast.
So like the seasons are changing
Right.
a little bit now, and we're moving into the tropical season. We've seen maybe some ideas of some tropical activity kind of
Saw
coming
that.
up off like. So it's the time of year where you see like wintertime activity and summertime activity kind of like working their way out.
Fighting for
Yeah.
control.
So you see like a cold front come through,
Yeah.
and then you watch the end of that cold front for like, oh, maybe some tropical activity over the Bahamas. Holy cow, we've got like something that popped up like 800 miles east of us, and we'll get like a wind swell for a few days or something like that. So
Interesting.
yeah, it's kind of really fun, especially here for South Beach. I think
Yeah.
early season, tropical season, we get a lot of these like really big wind swell days. Or it's just like the weather's closer to us, so we
Yeah.
get more to watch and look at.
Yeah.
So
So I
we-
guess I don't know. Are we gonna have another strong season?
I looked at the latest, and they're looking at the sea surface temperatures are a little bit colder than anticipated, which generally suppresses tropical
I
development.
know. For whatever weird reason, I just feel cold. Like I feel like we're gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be good.
How about that? How
Good,
about
good,
that?
now.
Wait, good. Or
We're gonna be good.
wait, good
Good
from
in
a
a sense-
wave standpoint, or good
No, I
from
think
like
good from
a
not like
property
getting hit by any
standpoint?
tropical stuff going on. Yeah.
Because
Good.
last season was a little scary. I was like close for comfort.
Good as like non-craziness. of
Okay.
Tropical.
Which is
hurricane,
actually something I was gonna go into
you
because
know.
last
I don't know
time-
why. I don't know why.
last
You know,
time we
I
had
like
a
to
season
go
like
into
that-
life positive. You know, like I want like. Hey,
See, like,
yeah,
I
we're
love-
good. We're good.
Fine.
I
As long as
love
I have beer.
hurricanes in the middle of the
good.
ocean. Hurricanes in the middle of the ocean are
Yeah.
like the
Well,
best
send
thing.
swell.
Yeah, it sends swell to everybody, and like all the major shipping channels, like, oh yeah, watch out for that swell, like because it's coming, but the storm's there, and we could avoid it
Yeah.
because we see where it
Of
is,
course.
and
Uh-huh.
so like lots of those. And if that's what you're putting down, I am picking that up.
Yeah, I hope
Yeah.
that we're gonna have a very relaxed
Yeah.
situation.
From a
But Mother Earth,
yeah, she does what she
wants.
wants.
for
Jinx, you
sure,
owe
bro.
me a Coke.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like boom. Exactly.
So that's
you
the
know,
way it
like,
is.
She's gonna conquer always, no matter what. My friends, family that work in the industry. Oh, we're gonna have a very exciting hurricane season.
Which industry?
Yeah. Well, they work insurance.
Oh,
yeah,
that
insurance
industry.
adjusters. They're like, yeah, we're gonna get cranked again, dude.
Oh.
Everyone's high five. And
Oh yeah, they're like, fuck yeah, bro, we're getting work, dude. It's on. Yeah, you know,
Vacation's gonna be awesome.
and-
Well, they say follow the money, so that's
You
kind
know,
of a
and-
damning
and
report.
It is what it is. Hey
Yeah.
guys,
All
good
right,
luck. Good
so
for you.
All right,
insurance
well, but
it's
adjusters
horrible,
saying
you know?
lots of landfalling hurricanes. Meteorologists saying maybe not so active a season.
How about them Sahara dust?
Surfers.
Is that Sahara
Yeah,
sand out there?
surfers just like waiting and hoping that
Yeah.
it comes with swell and
Yeah.
no devastation.
Yeah.
I mean, the summer's upon us. There's the doldrums. I mean, at this point, it's like
What do you
being,
do?
being a South Florida surfer, you're kind of, you're used
You're
to
like
saying
waiting
at
for
this
the wind.
point, you start looking
Please
at trips.
get windy.
Right?
Yeah.
You start looking at trips and you start figuring
This is
out.
the king of the segues here. He knows what's
That's
coming
true.
next,
That's
folks.
true.
So we're moving from the report and the forecast, which is not much happening,
going on.
to summertime
true.
diversions,
What do you
which is
do?
what do you do when it goes flat? And unfortunately, we don't have to deal with this in South Beach. I was gonna say Flat Beach, but in
What do you
South
do
Beach,
when it gets flat?
Sorry.
yeah. So like, what are you gonna do with yourself?
There's so many different parts of the world. They've got flat seas. Everyone's got a little
Sure.
bit flat, or what their flat is like.
Just-
Really, still fun for us.
Yeah.
But nonetheless,
true.
everybody's got some sort of summertime doldrums.
difference, yeah.
Diversion that they
Yes.
kind of do.
So the
for
summertime
us, we
is
have to be a little bit more
summertime.
creative.
Yeah. So what do you do during the summertime,
What do you got,
Joey?
I mean,
What's your
Well,
plans to get over the
usually,
doldrums?
I mean, my summer. Well, listen, my life lately is the
Uh-huh.
end of summer.
Oh well,
So
that sounds
Summer
awesome.
to me is like, hey,
Every
let's go
day.
surfing. My best surf trip for summer is I'll start in Cali.
Uh-huh.
I'll go to Malibu first.
Really
Oh yeah.
interesting.
Well, because
In the
I
summer.
just, oh yeah, just because for whatever weird reason, I love the competition. I love fighting for that wave.
Could it be because you're from South Beach?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because I have something to do
I
with it?
love it, bro. I get there and I'm like, boom, and I sit further down the peak. I go further. And
Further up the peak, you mean,
Yeah,
like,
bro.
you're
I
like-
sit further off the peak. And I look at everyone and I'm like, bro, you're
Give
not
the mad
gonna
dog
fucking-
face? Do you give
you're
the mad
not
dog
gonna
face? You're
fucking
like,
fuck with my wave, bro. And I fucking
that.
go and I
Classic.
just pump.
And are you
I-
Joey Bananas over there? Or are you Joey South Beach at that
No.
point?
No.
Or you're just like, I'm gonna bring
No.
South Beach
Are
up
you
to the
just
lineup.
Joey, or are you just like that crazy guy that's sitting on the
No,
outside?
you know what? You know how I act in Malibu? I'm Malibu Joe. I kill it.
Alright?
Yeah, bro.
Just like that.
Malibu Joe. And I sit
Yes.
off that peak and
Yes.
I pump and I feel like I'm riding a horse. I fucking pump down that line and no one, bro, I'm like, get out
No
of my
one.
way, bro. You fucking retard. Like, get out. And then I was just telling a story earlier today. One of my favorite stories
Shocker.
of surfing in Malibu was, it was like it was like 9 foot, and it was pumping going down the line. And there was a guy in front of me, and he was slow. And I was like, pump faster. I was screaming at him. I'm like, can you fucking pump faster?
Was he on a longboard or shortboard? What was he on?
You're fucking too slow. I'm like telling him, like, yo, you're in my way, but you're like going too slow, you know? So, but yeah, Malibu dreaming every day, all day.
Oh, so that's your summertime plan to start.
Malibu dreaming.
Malibu.
And then where would you go from
And
Malibu?
then after that,
Where would I go from
Let's
Malibu?
hear this dream summer.
Yeah, like what
Endless
is this endless summer?
Where would I go
Where
from
does this
Malibu?
endless summer go take you? Is it from there to
I just,
Nika?
you know,
Because we're talking about places that you go to during the
that's
summer.
true.
Being a
That's
South
true.
Florida guy, typically
Yeah.
most people go down to like your
No,
Central
and
Americas.
I love my Nika.
Like you
I'm
love your
definitely-
Central Americas
yeah.
because it's just a
Yeah.
little bit easier.
You're right.
It's
Yeah.
just
So
that we're
close.
so
from here.
close. 2.5 to 3 hours
Yeah.
tops,
Yeah.
and
Well, most Southern California guys, they go to Central America. You know, one of the
Do
places
they?
that they go to. Oh yeah, they love it. Well, they go to.
how long
they
is
go
a
to,
trip?
They go to
How
El
long is a trip
Salvador.
from LA to Costa? I feel like it's
Way
like
longer.
it's like a 6-hour trip or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Like,
not
not
crazy.
all
it's
of a
not
sudden
like
Costa
it's
becomes
not like a
really
commute.
exotic. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's 6 hours. It's
Warm
super
water.
exotic.
Warm water. You know.
In Costa?
Yeah, yeah. Compared
Well,
to
yeah.
going out of Cali,
Well,
I
these
know.
guys are like,
It's totally
Yeah, Costa's another dream. I mean, Mount Pais right now is like, phew, I love you.
So Central America is where we're at when it comes down to, I think, as Florida
Yeah, as your
surfers, Southern
summertime
Florida,
diversion.
Yeah.
or you going
whether
fishing,
it's
or
Nika, El
diving.
Sal, Panama, or Costa Rica, kind of 4 top spots that
Mexico.
everyone kind of hits to. Mexico as well, nonetheless. I mean, there's always something down there.
Definitely.
But Nika, you have a place down there, so that makes it a little bit easier
Yeah.
in a sense of going down there. And you've kind of been going down there for how long now?
Been going down there, I would say 12 years.
Right, and
Yeah.
you don't necessarily
Good 12
just
years.
like, you're not like luxury style every single time. You kind of
No.
just, you've
go.
grown to be able to know people, and you're able to kind of
Oh, yeah,
figure
I-
things
well,
out
it's my
when you get
second
down
home.
there. Right.
Yeah, it's my second home. You know, I have friends and family. They live there. They you know, they create.
Is there a
you
lot
know,
of
yeah.
expatriates or a lot of people from the States that are over there that
Yeah,
you
like
Yeah, man, for sure. You know, I
A
have
lot,
friends
right?
from. Oh yeah, man. They're
That
you know,
live
they're
there,
Born
that
and
are kinda
raised. They're
doing
born
stuff.
and raised from Colorado. You know, and they went to Nicaragua and they live at the beach and they're property managers.
right.
And they're super cool and very humble, and they basically run the show there. You know, like they run it. Like that's the
They're
neighborhood.
being
Yeah, and they give a lot of opportunities for Nicaraguans.
right southern
Yeah.
southern Nicaragua.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
what other diversions you got? Go fishing, paddle boarding, summertime
Well,
stuff.
I mean, if you're coming from here, I mean, the greatest diversion obviously is going on a trip. But
Yeah.
past
Yeah.
that,
Outside
but,
that, like, what
you know-
else are you
you
gonna
know,
do?
it's one of those things where living here, people will go ahead and tell you like, yeah, what waves? You have nothing going on there. And
Well, the
more
best
than-
thing
more than
about
likely true for
Nicaragua
most
is
part of it.
offshore all day.
But nonetheless,
in
but
the
here,
summertime.
It's offshore. all day.
but here you have just that blue-green tropical water, that Caribbean water. So
Yeah.
nonetheless, you want to be in that. You want to immerse yourself. And that's what I crack up with people from Cali and whatnot. They're like, oh, we always got waves, this and that. And be like, but like, I enjoy myself
Yeah, like-
in the ocean a lot, like all the time. Like we jump on the boat, when we
Shorty,
go to a
give me a
place
drink.
and we jump in the water and stuff like that, it's
Shorty, give me a
blue-green,
drink.
super tropical water. It's kind of killer. So whether you're kind of hanging out with friends and having a couple beers, you're going to a sandbar, you're going wakeboarding, you're going wake surfing,
Yeah.
wake surfing. You know, we've got a bunch of lakes and stuff like that. I mean, Florida's got a crap ton of lakes, up
Tons.
and down. So it's like with all these great ski boats that are able to kind of like drop their back ends a little bit, create something of a wave, and you have
And
a board that you're
you're
able to kind of
surfing in
surf.
your head.
Alright,
You're still
so-
kind of making
so
things
here we
happen
go.
in the meantime.
Here we go.
Oh,
let's,
Joey,
talk
bring us
about,
up.
let's talk about the wave.
Which wave?
Well, it's a wave that you hit the lip 3 times, whoosh, whoosh, and then you get barreled, and then you come out and hit the lip again. I mean, for real? Like, is that okay? Like, why are we surfing artificial waves? I'm not okay with it.
oh, so this
I
is
don't
this
like
is
it.
this is your summertime diversion? Is the wave pool?
Is this wave pool or are we doing the behind the boat? Is that what you're talking
We're
about?
sorry. I decided to remember, and we'll let you guys know that there's a surf competition next week.
This
Ah,
week- that's this weekend.
Artificial
Yeah,
wave.
this
All right, so
weekend.
going
Which
back
I
into-
think is
Yeah, how do we miss this? Yeah, let's go backwards for a second. backwards into weekly haps, there is
This
Sorry, guys.
weekend.
Yeah, whatever.
Right,
Good.
right, no,
I mean,
hold on.
like, you killed the game here because this is the first time. Well, actually, it's not the first time.
So
but the
is
second
it,
time
is
we're
it
gonna
cool?
have. Yeah.
I don't like it.
I mean, it's
I
crazy
hate
that it's
it.
happening.
I think it's
All right,
fucking
so what we
kook alert all day.
let's
bro.
tell people what's happening. So for
All
the
right, fine.
first time in modern surf history, because we did have a wave contest in Allenhurst, Pennsylvania in the 80s, we're gonna have a surf contest, a really big, prestigious surf contest, world tour level, in a pool.
The first.
A second,
Yeah.
because
Second, right? You're right.
I mean,
Right.
it's happened before,
Right.
but this is like in the modern age with the new modern wave pool. And how we missed this in the weekly haps, I don't know.
It's all good.
But thank you for being our guest tonight and bringing
Joey
that-
South Beach, baby.
Joey South Beach brings it back to what we're supposed to be
AKA
talking
Joey
about.
Bananas.
Yeah.
So I mean, but that.
So
but
this
that-
is So here's the summertime
Boom,
diversion.
boom.
Summertime diversion, talking about what's happening elsewhere in the surf
That's
world.
true.
Well, but that, and,
What
and,
is?
and a
This is
diversion
crazy.
like
No,
that.
out of nowhere, I'm like, oh shit, that's right. We have
That's
something
this
else we need to
weekend.
talk about.
So,
Yeah.
and within that diversion, it brings up
Yeah.
the wave pools in general and how that will be a future summertime diversion for those of us that live on the coastline.
Yeah,
and,
you're talking
and
about-
an every weekend diversion for those that are inland and where will be pools that are built there,
It
and
is
that'll change surfing
whole
altogether.
new thing. So I mean, as far as the contest happening this
But
weekend,
it's
what do you guys think? What do you think? You think this is terrible?
Okay, me as a surfer, surfing to me is an art form. So when I go down the line and I see the wave change, it moves. I adapt to the wave.
Sure.
Like an artist. Like I see it, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta pump back and I gotta move forward. Oh shit. This wave that's artificial,
It's mechanical.
it's the same thing every time. How is that like cool, or how is that like
But
how, is that,
origin-
how do you think
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you're fucking dope, dude?
well,
no, you're a
look-
fucking idiot. You're a computer, bro. You're a computer.
Whoa! Why
That's-
don't you tell you how you really feel?
That is, I mean,
Like,
that's
You're
a
a
very,
computer.
that's a
I mean,
very strong opinion.
Fucking dude.
But listen, hold on.
Listen,
let me counter that.
I love the best surfer in the world. Who's the best surfer in the world?
The guy that's having the most fun.
I love him. He's the best. I love him. Look at my phone. I love him. I love the best surfer in the world. And he created that wave. And I'm so happy for him. But at the end of the day, it's copy paste, bro. Like you're a computer,
But-
dude.
Let me,
Okay,
let,
so
that
look-
shit is whack as
so-
fuck.
let me counter
What are you
that.
gonna
Let
do?
him- let
You're
him
gonna hit the
counter.
lip and then get barrel.
But-
bro, I can do it myself. You're not talented anymore. You're just a copy paste,
I don't
dude.
know. I mean,
Bro,
I don't
I
know
can
that-
do that same
listen,
thing.
I can
Bro, I
do
can
that,
do that
on,
shit
on
right
a
now.
remote control on like Fantasy Surfer if I wanted to.
I
but
think
at
that
the
shit
end-
is whack as fuck.
But listen, at the end of the day, it one of the problems that we have growing up down here in South Florida is consistency and being able to go ahead and go out there and practice things. As far as whether it's practicing on equipment, as far as like learning your stances and being able to kind of like whether it's like doing bottom turns and like and doing roundhouses and opening your arms up and your shoulders up and your stance low.
You don't
enough.
get the
Like,
repetition.
You can't even open.
but surfing on
Alright,
a
I'll
wave
stop.
pool nonetheless allows for you to have that sort of repetition,
get
that
it, I get
practice,
it.
where that you're able to apply that when you go on a trip because that's what happens. Like you go on a surf trip, and I know it's me, like average Joe that's not getting to surf all the time here and there, that
Yeah.
doesn't work out all the time. It's got the dad bod. That is just like, hey,
a wave pool is great for that.
Whereas
you get
all
the
of a sudden,
repetition.
I go on a surf trip,
But it's
and
not
by
surf-
day 3. It's
You
just
know?
like I'm hurting a little bit because I don't get to practice enough. Whereas if I was practicing in a place where I had a membership, I'm able to go once, twice a week, be able to kind of surf
That
and
shit
do
is
stuff.
kook as fuck.
All right. Well, so
But
you're not
I
gonna
mean,
do
the-
do wave pool?
Kook as fuck.
You won't
you
do
ever
wave
surfed a
pool?
wave pool?
Have you
I-
done
have you
Typhoon
gone to
Lagoon? Have you
Oh,
done
no.
Typhoon?
Will I go surf the
Have
wave
you
pool?
done Typhoon
Yeah.
Lagoon?
Are you asking me a question?
Have you done Typhoon
I
Lagoon?
went to Typhoon Lagoon for sure, and I thought it was lame as hell.
Did you do it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you really
but,
think it was
but
fun?
you could only hit the lip like once.
Yeah, but you don't think it was fun?
What do you think surfing's like out here?
Listen, bro. Listen. I love all my surfers. And you guys, everyone, guys, come surfing, go surfing. Florida's beautiful. Hey, it's crystal clear water.
Yeah,
Okay?
it's awesome.
Oh yeah, the turtles lay the eggs. I love it. I love you guys. Hey, listen, I love you guys. I want to go surfing every day, but the reality, when it comes to surfing, you need to have a wave, a real wave, that you go down the line. Okay, like today, I don't want to disrespect surfing. I don't disrespect.
I won't
today,
surf with its crap. I'm not going to
it
disrespect you,
sucks.
surf.
I won't disrespect surfing that way. I'm sorry.
That's
It
interesting.
sucks. I won't.
Okay.
I won't go surfing.
All right, so let's go
little
back to the
bullshit.
contest that's happening
Right.
this weekend.
So yeah.
for the first time in a long time, we're gonna have the best, like air quotes, the best surfers
Okay.
in the world
Okay.
in the best artificial wave we've ever seen.
Okay.
It's I'm kind of interested to see what happens.
No, I'm super excited. They're gonna kill it. But the thing is, it's gonna do the same thing every time.
We'll see, right?
You know what they do?
It's weird to me
Hump,
too.
hump, carve, barrel.
Maybe not.
Do you-
I mean,
Bro,
Do you-
how
do you
how
like the
can-
Olympics?
As a surfer,
Do
hold
you
on.
like the Olympics in general?
Yes.
When you watch
But-
a sport,
but
what's
Chris,
your
no,
favorite?
hold on.
No, but listen, what's your favorite sport in the Olympics?
My favorite sport.
Let's say Summer Olympics.
My
fine.
favorite sport in the Olympics.
other than ice
watch.
skating.
Yeah,
that's not in the summer.
Ballerina.
All right, whatever that sport is, right? I mean,
all right, so what's your point?
Well, it's done enough where it's repetitive, right? And the point behind that is that you get to a certain point where you've done something enough, and you've either got the skill to really be at the best at that level, and that's what this contest is about. It's just saying, listen, because right now this. I almost feel like this is kind of where we're kind of going with the momentum generation, almost 20 some odd years ago, where there now is a big shift, I think, within surfing, where every single surfer that's on the tour
kind of-
could be a world champ. Every single one is great, and
kinda
this is the
true.
beautiful thing about Mother
weird.
Nature
Okay.
is that Mother Nature is the one that really separates that, because there's those moments within the last 5 minutes, it's dependent on whether there's waves or not.
Yeah.
Whether you're gonna be able
Of
to
course.
do something,
Oh,
and then
for sure.
let's say you get
That's
priority.
when
let's
you
say
see your John Johns, your Kelly Slaters, who are like,
and that's when it's just like,
so in tune.
where is your mental status at in regards to being as ice as possible? That you're like, hey, this comes in, I'm able to kind of do this, but you never know, right? That wave that's coming in, you have that one chance, and let's say you're as great as it can be as far as like just like status and being able to make it happen, but the wave doesn't have what it takes to kind of give
Right.
it to you. Because it just does that. You don't know what it's going to do down the line.
Yeah, of course.
So that is the beautiful thing about the WSL, and as
Yeah.
far as just that championship tour in regards to that, because nature in itself changes everything. Now, what's
they-
great about this situation as far
they
as
take
being a
that
wave
part
pool, that part is out, and now it's just like, okay, all these guys have great skill, but let's say how you can land it, right? Because you see people at that world championship
you
level,
give
the
them a
Olympic
chance.
level.
That's the part.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like,
So,
where you
but
give
so
everybody
it's
a
different.
chance to surf a good wave.
It's
You
different.
see those heats where you're just like, oh, got to restart.
Yeah,
No
of course.
such thing anymore as a restart.
Right, so
Or
so
like, oh, I wish my
everyone's
heat had
got
good
the
waves.
same playing
Like,
field, the same
or
even
closer
playing
to.
field.
It's still gonna be a little
Yeah.
different though.
But-
You
but
know,
at- but at the end of the day, it's just gonna be on skill.
Hang on one second, because even at Typhoon Lagoon,
Uh-huh.
first wave of the day is the best wave
Yes.
in a mechanical situation. So it's like, oh, holy cow!
Yeah.
Right? It's like
Yeah.
we can't even
It's like,
get.
wait.
We can't even
Wind
get an-
direction helps too.
Yeah, we can't even help.
offshore?
We can't even get an artificial wave to break the same. So it's like, it's gonna change. And I mean, I like.
But I mean,
to
like
me,
if you
the
look at that one
forecasting
wave that
is
Griffin
everything.
Colapinto did, where all of a
Oh
sudden
my
he did
gosh.
that roundhouse and he's in reverse,
Yeah,
and
air
he's able
reverse.
to pull out a reverse into barrel,
Yeah.
and it's like a Kelly Slater video game. Like
Yeah.
that's like stuff that we were doing on that and being like, no one's ever gonna do this, and people are doing it because now they have a platform to do that on. Because the other platform was Mother
kinda
Nature,
like-
which is
yeah,
great.
It's almost like, I mean, I grew up like in the 80s and watching like skate parks be made. You're like, wait, you put curbs like in a
Yeah.
skate park on purpose with rails? It's like, holy cow, like that's on purpose for me to like go do that shit? So like maybe that's what's happening with surfing now. Like we're just gonna like make waves that are made
But I don't
to
think
be
it
like
changes it.
surf
I think it's in
park
addition
kinda
to
waves.
like the wave pool
And it's-
becomes arena football.
Right.
Because it's just a whole different thing where you're gonna have competitors that are gonna be on the World Championship Tour,
Yeah.
the WCT, as well as whatever leagues get spun off of this, and they're gonna do both. And you have ones that are specifically good for that. One specifically, you're gonna have target you're gonna have fucking Home Depot as
That's
a
cool.
sponsor.
Know the thing that I really like about it?
It's true.
So
No, it's very true.
the
But,
sellers.
but like you either embrace it and you enjoy
real
it, or
quick.
you say,
Real quick. I know.
fuck the
I
shit."
love your description of everything you just said. But what I said was that I'm not a fan of the
Beautiful.
pool.
I get it.
That's cool.
So when there's a pool that's
me tell you why
relatively
you're-
close by and
I
is
wanna tell you why you're
barreling,
gonna
And you
you're
can
not
love
gonna
it.
try it.
No, listen.
No
you
South
can
Beach
love
Joey
it.
Flairel.
Oh yeah, the flip. Well, that dude is
The
real.
Flairel's
The Flairel's
patented.
real. Listen, it's so. Listen,
Uh-huh.
when you come off the top and land, and then I don't know where you get barreled. It's called a Flairel.
Right. That's the floater to the barrel.
Oh, that sounds perfect. We could be able to do those in the wave pool all the time.
But listen,
And somebody's
all
mad
good.
about it, I think. All of a sudden, he's like, everyone's going to jump in on my move. Everyone's going to jump in on my
it's
move
called
now.
it's
So-
called being Flairel.
Like, I think it's cool that there's gonna be a place for people to go do that. But for me, like kind of selfishly, forecasting is hard. Going surfing in the ocean is hard.
Yeah.
And so if a bunch of people that like surfing want to go to the pool, I'll be like, all right, I'm going to the ocean because I know when the ocean waves are actually good, and I'll be like the only guy out there that's actually like doing forecasting, figuring out when
But
to
I
go.
don't
'Cause,
think
like
that- I don't
can
think
get
wave-
barreled. I can get barreled in Dolphin Mall this weekend.
Right. Wait.
Or I can.
Nah, you never even been barreled.
Wave
What are you
pools.
talking
at
about?
Dolphin Mall.
You
Dolphin
never
Law.
been barreled. Listen, you don't get barreled in Dolphin Law.
Not yet.
Yo,
Not yet.
a
But
barrel
but
is
listen.
this.
Just wait.
With your hands up.
Coming to
Oh my
Dolphin
God,
Mall
I just
soon.
got barreled.
Coming to Dolphin Mall
Listen,
soon.
barreled. That don't
Pool
use that
surfing,
word.
Pool surfing is never going to replace regular surfing. It'll
That's
never
the
do
idea.
It. It'll
That's
be an
the
addition
thing.
to. It's a gym, if you will.
Yeah. It's a controlled
be-
environment.
But listen, I mean, but at the end of the day,
It's a great place to
but
practice.
there's
a
so
good-
much of a
good.
part of surfing that doesn't
compete.
ever get addressed
No, it's
that
true.
actually gets addressed at this situation. There's like you're able to take somebody from farm like farm to table, if you will, in a sense where you're just like
I won't.
you take someone that's like
What?
trying.
I won't. Will. What?
In regards
Repeat
to like
that.
somebody that does never surfed anywhere before,
Uh-huh.
you're able to take them in a controlled environment, teach them how to surf, and be able to give them understand the etiquette, be able to understand how to catch
That's
waves,
good.
and do all that stuff, and be able to prepare
Well,
them
that's-
where you're not
yeah.
able to in other places. And that's what I mean from farm
That
to
is-
table.
that-
Like able to
that's
kind of
the
get them all in the
dream.
same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
From
the
beginning
dream.
to end.
Yeah,
for
that
sure.
actually makes
Of
sense.
course, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Definitely.
so.
And then at that point they're like, okay, well now try it in the ocean. And then all of a sudden that's when the humble pies get served.
Yeah,
You're like,
they're like,
here's
"Oh,
one
yeah,
big slice of humble pie. Right. All of a sudden they're like, wow, that really, and then they have respect. They have a newfound respect. for
Turns out I
surfing.
don't like the ocean surfing.
Right.
Like I'm going back to the pool. Like
Yeah.
good. See ya.
Good times. Well, good times, fun times all the time.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you like it, I mean, that's what it's about. And if it's gonna be in chlorinated water, I
Right.
mean,
It's-
I
it's
do a
a-
trip
it-
once a year to
it's
Typhoon
a coming.
Lagoon, and it's fun.
It's coming. So
It's
I don't know what to
stupid
tell
fun.
you.
You're like,
we're
I
not,
can't believe
going
this
back
thing.
and
Arigato.
All right, let's move to the next thing.
All right, next topic.
Reality of a surf destination / trying to like create your own ideal surf lifestyle elsewhere. This one's kind of focused on you, but at the same time, like I'm looking at this same thing. I think every surfer is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna move to Hawaii and live on the North Shore. It's like, yeah, but there's no job, so you're an idiot. Or it's like, oh, I'm gonna move to Bali because it's so cheap. It's like, well, you're gonna be broke in like 6 months, and then what are you gonna do? And it
well,
goes
I
beyond
guess
that.
I guess it depends on what you want out of life, right?
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
it
some
depends where
people
you're
are
trying
like,
to go.
listen, I don't mind.
What's
it's
your
just
cup of
me.
tea?
Right.
That's it.
It's just me. I don't need much more than just the bare necessities. And
Yeah.
I'll just go ahead and do this. Maybe at a certain time of your life, your early 20s, your late 20s. All
But even
that is
still, during those
applicable.
things, I think it's gonna.
Yeah, but so what do you
Bear
say?
thin.
Okay, so fine. What do you do at that moment?
Because this is the idea.
What are you gonna do?
The
You
reality
gonna go be a
is.
bartender?
Well, this is the reality part. Because
What are you gonna do? You're gonna go be a busboy?
the whole thing means
Definitely not
that
be a
there
lazy
I
is.
think
boy.
that you would be the best busboy ever.
I would kill it as a busboy.
No, look at him. He's cute.
You
As
know
a
what, I'm
busboy?
Dude, you're killing.
As a busboy?
Oh yeah, you'll be like fucking killing it.
I've never known busboys to be really,
Dude, you would.
like.
you-
it was
so,
like- it
so
was
you know what
really
happened to me
like,
the other day? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be a
prestigious.
bartender on Carnival Cruise Line. Fuck it.
I'm
Oh,
gonna make
go be
so
a
much
bartender.
money.
And I got hired. Fuck it.
You got hired?
Yeah. But what happens when you
So
get
you're
there?
a bartender on Carnival Cruise Lines?
Well, for half a minute, it sounds like
Hey,
you
can
were
I get you a
thinking
drink?
Seriously.
Listen, life is amazing, but when you put yourself in that position, hey, let's find out what happens.
Right.
Right.
You know?
That's the thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So
of
you
course.
think it sounds like a great
so,
idea.
so the conversation,
As
the
it usually
conversation,
is the
the
case.
conversation goes into, hey, life, you give me opportunity. That's what the biggest part of life is.
Okay, so
It's
let's say that
opportunity.
you're trying to go like, look, I live in Miami right now. The waves suck most of the year. I'm gonna go someplace with greener pastures, whether that be California, that may be
Yeah.
Bali, that may be San Juan del Sur, that may be wherever, Santa Teresa. You're like, oh yeah, that's gonna be the place. And then it's like, then you check in there and you're like, oh. So if I
Well,
want
the grass is always greener. You
that's
know?
the thing. And so you think the grass is always greener, but I think you have a pretty good perspective on actually what happens when you go through that situation.
Oh, no,
we were
it's
talking earlier
real.
before the episode, and I guess this is kind of where it's coming from. Is like, well, this guy owns some
That's
land
true.
in Nicaragua,
Yeah.
in Nicaragua, and we talked
Yeah.
about it last week. It's like,
Yeah.
well, things are a little bit hectic down there right now, and
A little
so you think to
Yeah,
yourself
it's
like,
true.
oh, I wish that I could live in the land of offshore wind and yada yada yada, and then oh wait, there's like a militia on your doorstep. So like, it's got a different. It's got.
Yeah,
It's
of
got.
course.
There's a lot to think about. It's not just about the surf forecast. It's like, what's the government doing? What's the economic situation? What do the people do? How are you
Yeah.
fitting into that? And so,
So crazy that we still think about that.
well, you have. I mean,
Right.
like,
No, it's not thinking, it's talking. It's
Right.
reality.
Well, I was talking about that. I mean, like the fact, right,
Yeah.
you're right. The fact that we're still talking about that, like, you know, I mean, Nicaragua's had some
Yeah.
issues for a while, and it kind of was quiet for
Yeah,
a
what's
long
going
time,
on
and
now with my I like to say my country.
sure, you look Nicaraguan.
Sometimes.
yeah,
right?
yeah, up in the mountains there, they got a lot of blue
Tira
eyes.
flecha.
Yeah. I mean,
No,
you
I
got the
grew,
shirt
I
on.
grew up. I grew up in Miami, and I went to school. I went to a Nicaraguan school. It
Did
was
you?
the name of the school was Ruben
Nicaragua.
Darío. Ruben Darío. Ruben Darío is a famous Nicaraguan poet, and he has very beautiful poetry.
Interesting.
And so you know, I enjoy that, and then I go to the country, and you know, I enjoy the surf, you know,
Uh-huh.
and there's offshore winds, and the country itself has, you know, a lot of history,
Yeah.
a lot of history of like, just like epic, like things you never heard in your life, you know, like, hey, you live here in Miami, you know, and you might have this history, like the history there is like another level,
Yes.
you know, like,
Yeah, we know nothing of this stuff.
Honestly, I probably
It's
don't
another
know that
level.
much about.
you know, it's grandfathered in for basically the history of spice and gold. So the spices and the gold went through that country.
Right. That's why we get offshore wind there, because of the same sort
Well,
of
the
reasons.
offshore winds are from the
lake?
from the lake
Right.
of Nicaragua.
And so that's
so
why they're
yeah,
able to
and
cut
it
through.
goes, and it's like it's crazy. It's like crazy epic. So you know, and then now we're talking. Oh man, what's happening? What's going on there
It's
right
crazy
now?
that lake is so big that it creates its own weather.
Yeah, it is. That's a whole other topic.
So there's two volcanic islands in the Lake of Nicaragua.
What's the name
One
of
is
what's the name?
active,
What's the name of
and
the?
one is-
What's the name of the lake?
What?
What's the name of the lake?
It's Ometepe. Ometepe. So there's two volcanic islands. There's ones that it's blue and then the other one's red. So, you know, as you as you hang out with that situation, you're like, damn, that was epic, right? Like fucking red, blue, sick, and you know they're very dope. Like they're very simple people. You know, super very trancalito.
Uh-huh.
You know, and I love them to death. Like they're like the Nicaraguans are just like super chill. It's the safest country in the United States, or the not the United States. It's the safest country in Central and South America.
Right.
So what they're going through now, you know, drives me crazy. And I'm very happy. I want them to fight. They need to keep fighting, fight. Because
I mean, that's got to
Yeah.
throw a little wrench in tourism dollars a little bit. But right now, Mark from First Surf Shop is on his way down there now, or is getting there nonetheless. And
Yeah.
I know there's a little bit of a break currently with what's going on, so everybody feels a little comfortable. But I mean, at any point, I feel like, I mean, it's still dictatorship, right? I mean,
Yeah, this is the reality. you
Well,
gotta
it's
deal with.
about to. So the story is right now is Ortega, who's in power. He basically is in his third term of presidency.
right.
Okay, which you're not allowed to be third presidency. It's like Obama.
He's
Just
like,
recently.
Oh yeah, one more
Well,
time.
Who's our president now? Trump. Okay. Obama would have got his third presidency
Sure.
if it was allowed to.
Right.
For sure. He's the man.
Absolutely, yeah.
He killed it. He's the
Yeah.
man. Oh,
Yeah.
we love him. We bow. Yeah. So Ortega is in third presidency, and he's not allowed to do that. He created a democracy. So he's definitely illegal. He's not supposed to be there. So he gave an example to the people to fight. He created a social security tax,
Right.
and they got pissed. Everyone's like, "Fuck
Right,
you,"
right.
right? Fuck you. So they fought, and then he's like, he took it away. Oh,
Oh,
you know
my
what?
bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Never
never
mind.
mind. No, you know what?
JK.
Yeah, fine. Hey,
Oh,
I'm gonna
well,
no
I
way.
was just kidding.
And then I'm gonna take it away. And then the people are like, hey, by the way, you're still in presidency.
Yeah, we're not like
Third-
really too happy with
No.
you to begin with.
No.
Exactly.
So basically, Nicaragua right now, I wish them the best.
Right.
I want them to fight. They need to fight. They need to fight for their rights.
Right.
For sure, 100%. They have to fight for the rights, because what's happening is democracy. It's just so fucked up. It's just not good, you know.
Right.
And they have their reasons. They're like, hey man, you built this tree out of metal with flowers, and it cost $3 million
Right.
to build this tree. I'm like, oh, what? You're gonna give me a tax? You're gonna give me a tax, but it costs $3 million to build this tree? Like, no way, dude. Like,
Just
dude.
unhappy with the way the money is being spent. So this, like,
So the Nicaraguans see what's going on in the States and been like, those guys have been dealing with that for a long time.
The
Because I mean,
problem
at the
is-
end of the day, it's very much the same. I mean, it's almost weird. Whereas the political climate and a lot of other countries have corruption and whatnot, but like in the United States, as intricate as we have as our political system and everything else and governance, I mean, there's a lot of things now that we're seeing being done in our face where tax dollars are just being
Well,
paid
it's
for.
all the
We're
same
just
thing.
like, and
Listen-
then you protest, you do stuff, and then you don't really see anything come of it. Sometimes, most times, unfortunately. And then you see other countries, and you're just like, I mean, they go through it, and you're like, yeah,
well, I think what you see in these smaller countries is it's more acute. It's like more drastic. What you're seeing, dramatic. What you're seeing in front of your face. They're dealing with smaller populations, with smaller GDPs, smaller governing bodies, and all these kinds of things. And so it's a little bit easier to be like, oh, I want to like stop this from happening. I can stop all communication in the whole country, like that.
Right.
But in the United States, it'd be slightly harder
right.
to
There's
have
there's
that
a lot
sort
of trap doors, back
Right.
doors, and stuff that we create here. Whereas
Yeah.
those other
This
countries,
is-
it's pretty simple, right? And
Right.
It's just like,
But this
it's
is the-
this, that, this, and that.
Right, but this is like why we're talking about this is because this is the reality of a surf destination.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be offshore next week, and new Southern Hemi is gonna fill in. You're like, but the government's about to topple, and people are rioting in the streets. It's like, well, like,
Yeah.
So, I mean,
how
and
does
that-
this?
and- and that's
like, how
the
does this?
Central America
You
that
should
we're
think
talking
about
about.
this
No,
stuff.
it's true.
Other
I
side
mean-
of the world, Brandon's going over to Indo. It's not like Indo is
Anywhere.
always safe. Like, I mean, there's like, there's things going on
Yeah.
over that makes it a little challenging
Yeah.
as well.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other topic.
So
for
we were
sure.
talking about it before. Like Caleb was like, Caleb, AV guy, off camera right now.
God.
But, Caleb was like, it's situational awareness. Just don't be an idiot. Just know what you're getting yourself into. And the thing is that when you're like a surfer going on quote unquote vacation, you're like, oh, I'm worried about like what wax I'm gonna bring, what board, what the forecast is. It's like you don't think that, oh wait, like there might be a revolution happening in the country that I'm going to.
So weird.
Or it could be.
How did I miss that?
And like, yeah, man, like maybe pay attention a little bit.
I mean, dude.
And then maybe still go because, like we were talking about before, and like in Nicaragua, especially right now, like those people need your help. Like if you stop spending the money, your tourist dollars there, like they're never gonna have like the resources to actually fight against these things that we're like, oh yeah, we back you on that. So like the way you can back them on that is by like spending like some pesos, like so to speak.
I feel like this was the same thing we talked about in regards to Puerto Rico and the Caribbean.
Yeah.
After Irma and how bad they got
dollars speak.
That decimated. It was just like, you want to help? Go visit.
Yeah, we do.
You might have it a little bit rougher than whatever, but you're spending a couple dollars and you're helping them.
Yeah, like right after even the hurricane here. I mean, I was like, immediately, I was like, this is the place that I'm eating at that's open. It's a local restaurant. You should come and eat here too. The surf shop's open again. Like, there's waves, go buy wax. And it's, you have to support the local people, and the local people here are just like the local people there. Only your dollar, like, means way more down there.
For sure, of course.
And so, I mean, be aware, I think is like the kind of the idea here. And, I mean, your perspective on it is like really acute, especially in Nicaragua. And that's like one of the places that everyone's been going lately, like crazy.
Yeah, it's just like I love my Nicaraguans. I love them so much.
They have a great opportunity to become almost like a Costa Rica.
It's just like it's
Costa Rica got it early on, you know.
Yeah.
They kind of like, let's make it safe for gringos. You know, like.
No, but Costa Rica became a very awesome country because they supported social security and they took money from the states. So you retire and you take money, and that's what Costa Rica.
Of course,
it's always about the U.S.
It's a pretty decent democratic.
It's always about the U.S.
Yeah.
So for me, when it comes to Nicaragua, Nicaragua is it's just a beautiful place, and it sucks because it's fucked up. Like homeboy is like, fucking, I don't give a fuck. This is what it is. Dale, laters.
Right.
Peace out.
But as an American, like, you have the opportunity to somewhat change that conversation with how you spend your money, how you do these things.
Yeah. Nah, we'll see.
Like, we'll see.
We'll
so
definitely see.
I mean, that is the reality of a lot of places that we go.
Absolutely. And then
it's not just like a surf paradise filled with like bikini chicks and like suntan lotion and pina coladas.
But
hold on, don't no. I like it.
I'm not trying to ruin the dream here.
No, I'm definitely down for a bikini.
All right, so actually, let's go to the next topic.
Don't ever fucking hate on my thing.
All right, so here we go.
That almost decides or determines like where you're going and how you're going, right?
Right.
And with who you're going with.
Right. So that brings us segue king right here, Christian.
Definitely.
Traveling with bros versus traveling with hoes.
The next conversation, huh?
Yeah, I mean that is it's a totally different thing. So I was in a very long-term relationship. I started going with this girl, and we'd go to the beach, and I used to just car surf like crazy. Like next spot over here, and then she's like, kind of getting sick of going spot to spot. Can't we just like sit somewhere? And I was like, all right. So we do it, and then I got this whole idea. I was like, wait, so if I actually put up like a tent, like food and water and like all these creature comforts, and then you enjoy it, and then I was like, wait, the waves actually got good here when the tide changed, and I was just been driving around like an idiot. I was like, this is way better. I can't believe I never realized this. It's like you can actually just show up on the beach with the cooler and the tent and shade and just like have a beach day and surf instead of just like driving around everywhere. And I think this idea was like groundbreaking for me, because I was like, no, you just like take your board to the beach and put on sunblock, and you eat granola bars and drink water if you have it, and then that's it. It's like, wait, you could have sushi at the beach and like champagne when you're done surfing? I didn't even know it was like a thing you could do.
Dope.
So the idea is like there's a difference between like traveling with the guys and like traveling with the girls, and there's, I think, something to be learned with traveling with the girls because it's kind of nice.
Nope.
It's
Just
kind of
saying.
well, I mean, it is kind of epic. Like I, you know, up until about 4 years ago, anytime I did surf trips with the guys, and it you know, it's great. You kind of bro down, but it becomes like full-on surf session. Like you're like 8 hours. It's easily 8 hours a day
Dope.
that you're surfing. You're going at it, and you know, if you're not conditioned right, you're like, it's a lot.
Nice.
You know, and so by the time day 4 comes around, you're fucking a little hurting. And you're just like, the muscle's a little sore.
Remember we were going on vacation and then I got my ass kicked for 4 days?
Right, and that's just it. It's
Yeah.
like all of a
Why
sudden
am
you
I
come back
doing
from a
this?
surf trip and you're just like, I need a break. I need a break because I just went totally at it right now. Not a like relaxing trip, and you surfed your brains out, but you know, it's a different story altogether.
Yeah,
and then
definitely.
there's the family that of which I have traveled with
Oh,
for the
yeah.
last 4 years, and like I kind of like it so much better because
a
it's
thing,
like
right?
I kind of enjoy the travel, I enjoy the hanging out, and I get to surf at least 4 to 6 hours a day. And I'm like, at the end of the day, I don't need more than 4 to
That's
6
the thing
hours.
that's crazy is that
I don't
actually
need
by
more than 4 to
slowing
6
down,
hours.
you still surf as much. And you're just like not as beaten up. You're like,
Right.
wait, I surf just as
Yeah,
much.
good
And
time.
I mean, it's one of it's one of those where it's like I wake up before everybody, so I'm gonna go hit the morning
Shorty.
surf. Go hit it for like 2 hours, and all of a sudden come back, and people are just waking up. You kind of hang out, wake up with them and stuff, and you realize, oh my God, let's have a light little breakfast, maybe a little smoothie, and then you're like, oh, the winds are still kind of offshore, not there. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
you
out for another
take a
hour
little
and a half.
nap.
All of a sudden, you hit like 3 to 4
What?
hours in the morning, and you're coming back and you're poolside all day with the kids and the fam, and you're just kind of having a good time, throwing
Right.
people into the pool and barbecuing, and you're like, this is so relaxing, this is so cool. Doing stuff, going to little cafes here and
It
there.
doesn't
and then,
have to be
And then
nuts.
you have the evening session that's maybe another 2 hours. Then you realize
Kidding
I
it.
just did 5 to 6 hours today, and I just relaxed all day
Beautiful.
and chilled.
Love it.
And for me, I'm just like, wow, maybe.
I would actually like to do like a side-by-side comparison. We should take like a bunch of bros and then like a bunch of guys that have like families and chicks and be like, put them side by side and actually like log their water time. Because I know that it's like most of the time I'm just like driving down pockmarked roads, be like blah 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 blah. Oh my God, my back is killing me. Like, oh, why'd you fart so much? You're like, oh, we surfed
You're
for
right,
half an
bro.
hour. That's how it happens, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you're just like, yeah. What happened?
Hey,
We got
check this
skunked.
spot.
We
this
checked like
side, this
700
side.
spots. Where'd you go? Oh, we drove all the way to Playa Negra. Like, and
Yeah.
it was flat. You're like, yeah, well, actually, it
That's
was
a-
really fun
We
here.
found
for
this
like
great
the last 3
restaurant. They've got
hours,
some great
and-
tostones and beers.
So let's get back to the conversation.
Yes.
Okay. I love you guys.
Surfing with bros versus surfing with family,
Surfing with bros versus surfing with family.
or your chick, which is
I mean,
pretty much
either
the same.
way, like it's all good. you
Yes.
know?
I
That
mean,
is
you've been on
point
trips.
number one. That, is,
Right?
that should be it. Yeah. Point number one,
I mean,
you're going surfing,
know.
so everything's good.
Oh,
Dale.
that coffee.
I think at the end of the day, we're good. You know, like just, live the dream, right?
Right. But there's a difference when you're like going with your chick or going with the guys.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for sure, 100%. Well, it depends if the guy knows how to surf or they know. I don't know. What's going on here?
That's it.
It looks like there's a bunch of kooks.
I mean, what are you gonna do?
I don't know. Listen, if you want to surf, come hang out with me.
Just go surf.
Joey Bananas.
Just come surf with me, bro.
All right. So if you go surf in the morning and they're like,
No,
"Oh,
no, no.
bro, I gotta go eat."
No, but for
What
real.
happens?
Listen,
Uh-huh.
you want to surf?
Uh-huh.
You want to surf?
Uh-huh.
Come surf with me.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
jeez.
called
Oh, boy.
Nicaragua. Listen,
Uh-huh.
come surf with me.
I'll go surf with you.
Please.
I will.
Awesome. Dude, we're going to hit the lip. Killing
I
it,
like-
son.
Guapa, this
Killing
guy.
it.
I'm more of a.
That's all I care about now. Yeah. Go surfing with me. Boom. You drop in, you're a loser.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the segment of the night where things just all go downhill.
Yeah, exactly.
This seems to be
Fucking
a
kooks.
common.
Stephanie, I'm sorry. Everyone's a kook.
And that's true. Everyone
You're a
is
bunch
kook.
of kooks.
Should we
Yeah.
wrap it?
Yes, let's wrap this. Joey Bananas.
Jelly bananas. Everyone's a
so
kook.
wrap.
I love it. That's the truth, really, because we all are kooks.
Dale.
I mean, how do you learn?
Episode
I love you.
17 in
You had me at
the books.
hello.
Oh boy.
Yeah. See you
Boom.
guys
Bradley
next time.
Wells.
Dale.
So fun.
Yeah.
Episode 17 in the books.
Boom.
We'll catch you next time, I guess.
Boom. Love you guys.